outside in Koi Pond on semi-sunny morning, not too bad. Happens to be the Friday, which is nice. Been in work 2 days this week, getting the school ready for the kids. Kids are back on Monday, got a bit of a staged return over 3 days. We've got all the kids back in, but looking forward to that a bit. Anyway, what have we been up to this week? Well, I got a little clip in a minute of what I did a little while ago. Paid a visit to James, finally got up there, popped up there last night. Bit of that coming up in a video, in a clip in a bit. Won't be showing you any of the pond, I'm afraid. Not that I couldn't have filmed it, I think he'd have let me film a bit, but I don't want to. It's his stuff, it's to go out on his channel. But it was a lovely visit with him and his wife, a bit of a natter and a question and answer session, so that'll be coming up in a video. But down here, I had a bit of a, when I got back from James's last night, I was pulling air up into the Easy Pod from the gravity part of the system, which usually means a slight problem that the water is low in the upflow filter, and getting air sucked up as well as water. Knew straight away what it was. It was the answer over here. Screen, if I leave it more than a fortnight without going over it with a pressure washer this time of year, it just gets too cacked up for the backwash on it to clean itself. So I pressure washed that off. I'll give you a clip on that in a minute. I did it and filmed a little bit a while ago. I'm topping the water back up at the moment. So cleaning the bottom of the system, the gravity part of the system here, because I'm 50-50, half gravity, half pump. Cleaning the dirty gravity side of the system then. That takes about an inch and a bit of water out, which is a drop of the Easy Pod, back flush on the vortex, a boil on the upflow. And I only did one boil on the upflow. That one seems quite happy at one boil. I mean, I've got a lot more media in it than most people's upflows. I've got 100 litres of media in it. One boil on that seems to suffice. But I'll flip you over to that clip a minute, and we'll take it from there.
Right, this is what's letting me know this morning that I got a little problem in the vortex or the upflow. Got a feeling it's the vortex. What I haven't done for the last 2 weeks, which means it's due, is I haven't power washed off the answer. This results in a lower flow through, and we're running the pumps at quite a speed at the moment. They're at 80-90%, the bottom drain one. If I get air bubbles coming up in the Easy Pod here, it means that the level in the upflow's dropped and that there's not enough water in the upflow to supply the pump, and I get air bubbles coming up through the system. I know what this will be. The screen on the answer is dirty and there's not enough water getting through. I didn't power wash it last weekend. I do it normally once every fortnight when I clean the filter. I'll just push the power washer over the screen just to give it a clean back, because the back flushing system on it just can't keep up with it, with the amount of food that I'm putting in it. So midsummer I end up doing this. It runs fine for a week to a fortnight, and then it'll start to struggle to pull water, especially if I'm going fast like this. So we've got to get over and power wash the answer out. I'll show you how dirty it is in a minute. But that's the job that I got on the cards this morning. Alright, so this is the mess in here. No need for me to video me power washing it off, but that's the job on the cards at the moment. Looking like it's going to be a nice quiet weekend with not a lot to do here, which means I can get in and do some bike related stuff on the lathe and the mill. Right, let me get this power washed. I don't normally take this screen out of the pit, I don't need to, but so that you can see it better here. This is the cack that's built up on it. Now I've got the back flush pump running at 90%, so back flush is probably pushing 17,000 litres back through the screen. But if you leave it too long with this 70 micron screen that I've got on, it builds up slowly until it starts to block. Then I know that I'm struggling with the filters. So quick pressure wash off this, clean it right up, and it'll be back good for a fortnight. The back flush can keep it clean that long. But the last month I've been feeding 500 grams a day, or a little bit more, and it's just a lot of crap to pull out the water. Simple as that. Right, let's get this power washed back in. There we go. Back up to normal. No air coming up. It literally was the screen on the answer. I suspect EA, when they did the answers, played around with them severely. I think they come with a 150 or a 200 screen on. I'm not exactly sure, but I've got a couple of screens. I've got one of the original ones in there, but I don't know the size of it. This one I stripped off. It looked like the finer one, and took this one down to a 70 micron on it, and it's probably too small, but it takes it within the range of a drum. If it was 100, 150, I don't think you'd get this problem, but the backwash on it cannot keep it clear at this amount of food. Slight drawback on it, but damn sight cheaper than a drum, so I'll be sticking with it. Right, pop the camera back over there and carry on with the vid.
Okay, that was that sorted with the answer. Just like I said, topping the water back up. Right, I'm going to flip you over to a clip I did with visit last night with James. Thursday night I popped up there. It's a Friday at the moment. There could be some filming clips here from today, Saturday and Sunday. Right, had a lovely natter with James. Good look round everything, all top secret. Could have probably filmed it if I'd asked him, but I didn't want to film it. It's his stuff, let him film it. So if you want to catch it, you have to catch it on his channel. Update stuff on the pond, but I haven't seen it since it before it was glassed, and there was nothing in the filter shed when I was there last time. The filters are in the filter shed, and it's at the point there that he's been showing you. Nothing's actually glued up at the moment. It's all just laid out in the filter shed, set up to how he's sorting it around, which you know will be how he wants to do it. Right, so let's whip over to that clip a minute. I had a lovely natter with him. Catch you after that.
Okay people, you can finally see where I've made it off to by this man drinking a cup of tea on the swimming step here. Right, I'm going to do this kind of question thing with him. Almost like Steve does on Steve and Cat, but my own sort of questions and a bit similar. So the first question to him is, how long have you been koi keeping is what Steve would say, but I'm going to say, how long have you kept fish, mate?
How long have I kept fish? Going back to the tank's got to be well over, say 17 years, I would have said.
17 years with fish. Right, just on ponds outside, how many years have you had a pond outside?
10 years.
10 years. 10 years of ponding. Get on.
10 years of experience.
Well, that's the thing with it. Right, mate. We won't say on the new pond, but how big, gallon-wise, was your old pond?
The old pond was just shy of 1,500, I think. So 1,500.
1,500 gallons. Not a bad size for, and that was your first koi pond, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
1,500
yeah.
gallons. Not a bad size. I started myself off with 1,800 gallons, which I had for about 13 years, and then the fish sort of, right, I've got to get a bigger pond, or less fish.
Yeah, yeah, we're learning, innit?
Right, I know another one he likes to ask, what's your biggest triumph, build-wise, or pond or koi-wise? What do you class as your biggest triumph? Is it this build?
Yeah, I would have said, yeah, this build has been,
I see, has it got a smile on her face? Yeah, she's got a smile on her face.
Something I'm proper proud of, really. What I've achieved.
You should be, mate.
This pond.
Absolutely incredible build.
Definitely, right. Impressed with myself doing this.
Well, I won't film anything else other than you sat on the step here, because that's down for you. But on triumphs, what's the biggest disaster you've ever had keeping tanks, fish, ponds, or whatever? The biggest disaster you've ever had?
Tank blowing out. So I was in the middle of cleaning the tank, lifted out the rocks, the ornaments, caught the side of the tank, 240 litres, whoosh.
What did we think about that at the time then?
Yeah. We
All
had the hell of a story, really. We used to keep arowanas, and at the time that was my smaller tank, wasn't it? And basically we had to fill up the bathtub, drain out the second tank, just to get the water, put the fish into the bath, in the same day go and buy a new tank, get things back up and running so I can put my fish back in the tank. That's how fish nuts I am.
That's
Yeah,
what you call
there was water
eye
everywhere.
stress. Yeah, I can imagine.
Water everywhere.
Yeah. Did you have a wet vac? Wet vac at the time or not?
No. It went, where we lived in the flat, it went all the way downstairs to the underneath neighbour's kitchen. Electrics tripped, everything went. I had to have the council out. Hell of a job.
All right.
Yeah.
I've never been a tank person myself, but I can see where it can lead to disaster.
Hell of a disaster, that.
Right. I know one of the other questions he likes to ask now. That's, do you get the support of your partner? And do I really need to ask this one? Because his partner is Mrs. Koi Whisperer. And look at the smile. Look at the support.
Without Mrs. Koi Whisperer, there's no chance that I would have been able to get this pond done. Behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see is that she does a hell of a lot. She helps a hell of a lot. She don't like to be on camera as much.
Yeah, I'm forcing her on camera here a bit, people, really. But it's nice to have her joining in a bit with it. And I know the boys support you as well.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
That's the thing. Right. The other thing, and you can't count fishing in this, I'm not going to let you. If you didn't keep koi, right, what other hobby would you think you'd be doing? Not fishing, because now that's to do with this. Now,
so shooting, I'm well into my shooting as well. Something that I don't put nothing advertised on, none of my videos or content.
Is that clay or?
Everything really. Being a butcher by trade, I know a lot of people probably won't want to know or think I'm cruel, but that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
Used to go out shooting, hell of a lot, from rifles, 410s, anything really.
Right, so if you didn't keep koi, you'd be back into shooting?
Yeah, back into me shooting, yeah.
I've done a bit of clay shooting myself, but not for a good few years. Right, I think that's about it, mate. We can more or less round that up at that. Been most enjoyable.
Yeah, look, I'll ask you a question. What do you think of my new pond then at the moment?
Well, I can honestly say, people, you've only seen it on video. You actually have to see it in the flesh. So if you're lucky to be one of the people that gets an invite from him here to come and have a look at it in the flesh, I won't swing the camera down, but please come around and have a look if you're invited.
Yeah, definitely.
I've only ever seen one other pond better than this, but that was a different class all in its own. This is just amazing here.
And it's not finished yet?
And it's not finished yet. The last time I came, it hadn't even been glassed and the window wasn't in and there was nothing in the filter house. I can't say what's going on because it's still secret. It goes out on his film stuff. But we'll catch up with that in his video, which you'll be catching. Right, thanks all for watching.
Thank you very much.
And for you.
Bye.
Cheersy bye then, people.
Okay, that was a most enjoyable visit with James and his missus. And I did manage to get her on camera. I've said to her she needs to be on camera a bit more. We don't just need to be looking at his ugly mug all the time. But most enjoyable visit, and he's been through everything about the channel and everything with me, and why he's doing what he is with it. It's his channel. He can do what he likes with it, as I can with my channel. I'll do what I want with it. If you don't like it, don't watch. It's as simple as that. Click the off button, go watch somebody else's stuff. Right, if you haven't already, please smash a thumbs down or a thumbs up. I don't mind either way. I don't accept nasty comments down in the comment section. I'll just mute them out straight away. Not a problem to me. Don't want nasty comments. If it's a criticism, fair enough. If it's a praise, love a praise. I only do what I do here. You don't have to follow what I do. It's just the way I like to do things. Same with all the channels. Right, so from down here in Devon this week, hope you enjoyed that little interview with James and what I've been up to this week. Next week, I'm going to swap over, hopefully, to the gravity off the Easy Pod and feed the piss filter with that, which is actually running very well. I haven't clipped any bits of it in this week, but the moss has actually taken and it's starting to grow, which is fantastic. I still don't know what to do with the mind your own business. Looking like I'm going to be quite happy with the moss, but we'll catch all that next week. So from down here in almost sunny Devon, it's going to clear out in a bit. I'll catch you all next week in another update. Bye for now.